On our agenda, we have the Pledge of Allegiance, review and vote street acceptance for Acorn Lane and Old Town Way, vote to approve application for livery license, and then we will adjourn. Could we please stand to pledge the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Good morning.
Morning, Mike. Leon?
Madam Chair, we only have three small items. Well, they're relatively detailed, but it shouldn't take you very long. You have two street acceptances that were accepted by the town at the town meeting, the special town meeting last February 26th. In your agenda packages, you have, we'll take them one at a time. The first is for the one on Acorn Lane. Town council has forwarded to me the order of taking. She has reviewed and received all of the materials that she needs from their council in order for this to be processed by the town. She has recommended that this be taken in today, by the end of today, so that it can be recorded before tomorrow.
Okay, any questions from the board on that one?
I have some questions. Back in February, I was told by a local attorney that Acorn Lane had some building lots that were not reserved. The right-of-way and the easements were not reserved. So the owners, it's the same situation that happened on Old Town Way, where the owners of the lots actually have an interest in the easement that's being conveyed. And so I thought they were going to do the same thing with Acorn as Old Town Way. And when we got the information the other day, I saw that nobody had signed off on Acorn, none of the property owners. So I looked up the first deed I could find, and it wasn't reserved. And the order of taking that we received, the one I had looked up was 3 Acorn Lane, and the owners of Acorn Lane aren't listed in the order of taking as having signed off on the order of taking, on the conveyance to the town. So I think we need that. In addition, there's another issue that came up in the memo we got over the weekend, where there's been modifications to the homeowners agreement. And I don't know what those changes are, but many times the homeowners our association is responsible for maintenance of the stormwater management system. And if they don't maintain it properly, the town can come in and do the work and actually charge the homeowners association for that work on those easements for the stormwater system. So I don't know if that was the change in the homeowners agreement or if it was some other benign change, but we don't have that information, and nothing, to how the agreement has been changed is there. So I have some questions about Acorn that will lead me to a no vote right now, particularly because the owners, the one homeowners that I looked up had still have an interest, and they're not in the order of taking. And there may be more. I was told that there was the first couple, 2 or 3 lots that were sold there were not reserved. So I looked up the first one that was sold, and that still didn't get in the order of taking. And I believe that the attorney for Countryside Builders has known this for for a few years that they weren't reserved, and later on in the process, he started reserving the, when he was conveying, he started reserving the, so it's not like it was an incidental mistake not including this. Because they were aware of the situation.
I spoke with counsel, our counsel, about this. She said that the Acorn Lane order of taken listed only one owner, and she said that she had the materials on that. However, the Board of Selectmen has a couple of choices here. One, you can vote to deny this, and we can bring back this street taking to the special town meeting that we'll be having in the fall, number one. Number two, I suppose you could vote it at the suggestion of town council, or three, we can vote it at the suggestion of town council, hold the material here in my office until I can confirm with council that she has indeed received all of the material that is necessary and has reviewed the homeowners association agreement that Mr. Supranat is looking for. Either way is fine by me, but we do need to act on this one way or the other today, because tomorrow is the deadline by which these must be recorded if we're going to have them done at this time.
Priscilla?
Wouldn't the town attorney have had all the specs when we went to the annual town meeting?
We did not have all the material when we went to town meeting.
But the town attorney now feels that we do, correct?
Yeah, she wrote to us the email on June 21st.
Yeah, actually, on June 21st, I sent a copy to the town administrator of the deed that was not reserved, and since, that was on, I believe, the 20th?
I sent that
Yeah.
to them on the 20th.
Yeah, and, the Attorney Bass and town council has done nothing to get the sign-off of that, at least that one homeowner, and research, see if there's any others. And, quite frankly, I'm pretty sure that Attorney Bass was aware of the situation and just did not present, this to the town or the Board of Selectmen in the way, in the way that the people on Old Town Way did. And in fact, over the weekend, we got a copy of an email from town council that one of the homeowners, they didn't have the sign-off, but they were expecting it by today, and apparently we got it.
I received
So town council was diligent on getting that information for Old Town Way, but not diligent on getting the information that I requested on Acorn.
Okay, well, town council does say that Attorney Bass, once he provides her with a copy of the release, he'll pick up the order of taking and certified town meeting vote at your office sometime on Monday. I mean, if we vote it and he doesn't have it, then he doesn't pick it up,
Right.
then he misses the date. So,
Okay.
Mary?
Yeah, I like Leon's third approach.
Yeah.
I forgot
the
which
three.
one that was.
The one was put it off till special town meeting, the second one was just
Oh, okay.
approve it all, the third one was conditional,
Yeah.
based on Mike's concern.
Yeah.
And I think he has, he has a valid one. Did she provide, I see this from Sharon, did she provide anything in writing, though, to address Mike's concern that one of the homeowners' deeds didn't have it reserved?
The email from June 21st was after I sent that material to council. She did review that before she sent this to us.
Sometime on Monday. So, I mean, we need to make it conditional. My other question is, though, that was for one of them, right?
Yes. The other,
The-
But did you actually see, did you go beyond the one?
No,
Yeah,
I was
just-
told one or two.
I'm not saying you had to, I
Yeah.
just wanted to clarify.
Because I had said something at our February 5th meeting that Acorn was in the same situation as Old Town Way. They had lots that were sold and not reserved. And I was just, at that time, I was just verbally told that by a local attorney. I had not done anything to look it up.
Research.
And so I looked up the first sale there, and sure enough, he was correct.
Can I ask?
Yeah,
another-
Mary?
Leon, what is involved with doing due diligence for this? I mean, did the town have an obligation to do what, Mike did and look up all the deeds?
Well, ordinarily,
'Cause I would
you reserve
yes.
you make the reservations beforehand.
Correct.
So the developer in both of these cases probably didn't do.
Failed, I get that, but I'm saying now, after the fact.
Yeah,
Do we just depend upon the fact that the deeds are reserved, or did our K&P do any of their own research into it? You know what I mean?
KMP was handling this case for the town.
Right,
We're
but this
working on it.
last one, is this only because Mike brought it to their attention?
Oh, it might have been. It
So-
might have been. I don't know for certain.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about the mortgage, that usually,
Yeah, that's,
that's
No, I
usually
know,
not
but
a
I
big
mean, is
deal.
there more than one that
But-
didn't have the,
Yeah, at the end,
okay, well,
if we do option 3, I would like to see that all of the abutters that need to sign off on it, there's, 3 Acorn and any others that are on Acorn that were not reserved, that their names and book and page be placed on the order of taking in the same manner as Old Town Way. So I would vote to modify the order of taking to include any and all abutters that need to be released.
I would add that I did have a follow-up conversation with counsel on Friday, and she told me that they were, it listed only one owner. They only had listed as one owner. So presumably, if they get the one owner to sign off, which is what I understood was happening before the end of the day.
Okay. And that one owner will be added to the order of taking in the same manner as Old Town Way?
Let's see.
yeah, he will, once he
copy,
provides me with a
yeah.
copy of the release, he will pick up the order of taking. I think it's kind of implied.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think, right?
Yeah, I think it's implied. I don't know if I can specifically answer your question, but.
We can make it conditional on that.
okay. so-
Yeah, if we get the paperwork and then it gets signed off,
Well, that's the third
I'm
option,
fine,
so-
I'm fine with it if it,
Okay,
if we get,
So does somebody want to make a motion then?
I'd make a motion to approve the order as, with the amendment that any abutters who need to sign off on the order taken be added to the order pending a written release by that abutter.
Okay,
With respect to Acorn Lane.
With
Acorn
respect to Acorn Lane, yeah.
is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any
I
discussion?
just have a question. Have we done this before with other new roads?
You haven't done a street acceptance in many years.
I'm trying to think the last.
Mary has, Mary
think,
might know.
Yeah, no, I don't remember it being so detailed.
That's what I'm wondering.
It was always sort of.
I'm just raising this as,
Yeah.
does it open us up to treating this
Yeah.
street different?
Because I
That's my
think the
only
last
question.
one,
Was it Reject?
Reject
That's
Lane.
what I thought. We didn't have that stipulation with Reject.
No.
That's why I'm wondering.
Well, maybe they
are we-
reserved it.
I'm not, excuse me. Are we opening ourselves up to treating them different? Can they come back at us for this? That's my only question.
I kind of agree with Michael. I think that they may have reserved it ahead of time. The developer in both of
That's
these cases
what they're supposed
didn't
to
do they didn't follow the right path. Maybe at the original time, maybe they didn't feel like they were going to go for street acceptance anytime in the future. Maybe they still wanted to do some more work and build some more lots before they brought the street acceptance forward. Maybe they were planning on doing some more work on the road before bringing the street acceptance forward. I think that in these particular cases, it was clear that the developer in of both of these subdivisions failed to take care of the you call them the abutters, and I was going to make a quick change in a second. Maybe they left both of the abutters in these cases in a lurch by this, and I think that this is the appropriate manner. We've had to go some turns here, but I think it is the appropriate manner. I just want to mention, though, Michael, I think if you were to change the word abutters to property owners, I think
Yeah.
it would make more sense.
That's what I intended,
Yeah.
property owners.
And you're
I
okay with that?
appreciate what Priscilla's saying, because she has a very good point. But in this case, we would be treating Old Town Way differently than Acorn, because for Old Town Way, we did get
Oh, the-
everything, you know what I'm saying?
So-
So it
so-
depends how you look at it.
Yeah, if we don't do it this way, then the people on Old Town Way is, why did we go through
Right.
this
So
$40,000?
her point is
we
well
spent?
taken both ways, but I think
Yeah.
Leon's right. This is an example where two developers didn't do what you typically do in order to have a
I
public
think this
street.
way, we're treating them both equally.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Okay, any other questions? All in favor, then? Okay, 4 to nothing.
And as Michael alluded to earlier, the second one is a lot easier. They still didn't follow the original
Plan.
plans as was required. However, this is a much more defined and developed road. All of the paperwork is in order for this one. They did do their due diligence and got all the material prior to. The last one that was mentioned, I did receive, it's Cheryl Lapierre, 134 Lake Road. Council's correspondence to us also on the 21st, shows that all property owners have signed the waivers of appraisal and the damages and have agreed to defend and indemnify the town. This was a little bit more complicated than the Acorn Road one, Acorn Lane one, but in essence, all the materials are here, ready for your approval.
Okay, any questions? Is there a motion?
I move to approve the order for Old Town Way as written.
Is there a second?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, 4-0. Okay, then on to taxi.
Thank you for letting me add one small item. There is a taxi cab livery driver who, his name is Thomas Majika, who is going to be working with Charles River Services Incorporated. He's been reviewed by the police chief in accordance with our policies on driving. I do have a copy of his license. The police department has reviewed it and has recommended approval. It comes before the Board of Selectmen for your approval.
Okay, I assume his address is Southbridge, even though he doesn't have that written.
It is Southbridge, yep.
Henry Street. Okay, any questions from the board? Is there a motion then to approve the license?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Madam Chair, I have no other business before the board.
Priscilla?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. So he used to deliver for Sal's.
I do have...